leave a like on this video within the next 5 seconds for NBA 2K to finally fix their servers. We went on to next gen, it still was a problem. They need to fix these joints, so leave a like.
I got digital dash camera with a I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flood it with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high right through your block and I drop off the top and I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitches say. I got digital dash camera with a I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I have in the bins and pull out.
Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure to go over this. Now, we were at 4.2%. We're all the way up to 9.7%. But still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. I know y'all mess with the videos. We finna be going so crazy, so you might as well hit that sub button. It's that simple. Yo, what's up to YouTube? It's your boy Fizz back with yet another video. Today, I'm coming to you guys with the best build at every position after patch on next gen NBA 2K21. Now, I've already went over the rarest build at every single position, so I told y'all I was gonna be coming at y'all with this as soon as possible. Now, the last time I did this, it was the most overpowered build at every position, and pretty much I just made a power forward for the point guard, the best way to use it at point guard, shooting guard, small forward, and power forward, and center. Today, I'm gonna be actually showing you guys 5 different builds at 5 different positions. So yeah, if you guys are happy to see that, go ahead, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new. Both of those things would really help, and I really would appreciate it. But yeah, man, without further ado, no more talking. Let's go ahead, hop straight into it. Alright, so first things first, when it comes to the point guard build, the best point guard build in the game at the time of me making this video is the two-way mid-range Maestro. Now, the way that you're going to be making this build, you're actually going to be going to 6'8" at the point guard position. Yes, 6'8". Now, if you want to go shorter, you can. I just feel like going taller just makes you be able to do so much more at the point guard position. So, what you're going to end up being, 6'8", 185 pounds with the longest wingspan possible. The badge count you're going to end up with is 24, 8, 10, and 24. Or not 24. 24, 8, 10, and 21. Now, you can get one to get 24, 8, 8, and 24. That's going to be more. But I kind of wanted to get more playmaking badges and get as close as possible to be able to have 12 on playmaking at least. So yeah, it was kind of hard to get 12, so I just stuck with 10, and I just took the hit on defensive. So this build isn't really going to be able to get rebounds, but that's not really what you're trying to do at the point guard position anyway. That's why you have other people on your team for stuff like that. You're going to be able to play defense, though. I made sure to put a steal rating on this build because, believe it or not, steal rating is very, very important on any build. If you watched my video yesterday, y'all saw the badge rankings. Pickpocket is very overpowered. You want to be able to get steals. Now, you don't have to have a steal rating to get steals. It's just very overpowered. So I would just advise you to make your build with a steal. So a lot of these builds gonna have a steal rating, just letting you know. Now, when it comes to the finishing, you're gonna get 24. Pretty much everything is max except for close shot and post control. That's not touch. Then shooting, you know what's gonna be touch. Playmaking, we pretty much upgraded pretty much everything that's needed except for like rebounding. And the free throws a little low, but at 99 you're gonna have a 60. That's actually pretty good for a build this year. Then when it comes to the takeovers that I ended up going with, you know what I'm saying, pretty much the same that we always go with, except instead of spot of precision, we end up going with enhanced jump shot contest. Enhanced jump shot contest is a very underrated takeover. We're gonna be ranking takeovers later on. I think that's gonna be like the first video out of HITMAS because that's gonna be after Christmas. But yeah, we did go with finishing moves and enhanced jump shot contest. And the build comes out as a two-way mid-range Maestro, shades of similar to Ben Simmons, Penny Hardaway, and Spencer Dinwiddie. So yeah, that's going to be the best build at the point guard position. Alright, next for the shooting guard position. This is going to be kind of similar. It's going to be at 6'8" again, 190 pounds, and 7'6" wingspan. The biggest difference is going to be the badges. Now, for the badges, you're only going to get 22. You had 24, but you're going to get 9 shooting, 11 playmaking, and 22 defensive. So you're going to take a hit on finishing, but everything else is going to get 1 extra badge. I think you would rather that. Now, this is all going to be at the same height, a little bit higher on the weight, So you're going to have a little bit higher strength. Now, the one thing I would say about these two builds, that's kind of the biggest deal. Strength and acceleration. Strength and vertical aren't max. If those were max, it would be a lot better of a build. But with those being not max, I can't say it's the best build in the game. But for these positions, it's a lot harder to make builds at these positions and be able to do everything that you want to do in this game. It's just that simple. So you're going to have to make it pretty much towards specific things and just have to take it hit in certain places. I feel like having that strength that low when it's only going to be able to go to like a 60, that's not going to be the biggest deal. But the vertical, that might be a bigger deal. But a lot of people, I feel like, not going to even notice it because you're going to have a 95 driving dunk anyway. So you know what I'm saying? Like, the main thing that you're really worried about, you're going to have a 95 driving dunk and a 95 block, and that 99 is going to go to 99. So that's not even going, you're not even going to really notice that. I'm going to be honest with you. So then, next is going to be the takeovers. So for the takeovers, I ended up going with finishing moves and enhanced jump shots again. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be the takeovers we go with, and the build literally comes out as the same name, two-way mid-range Maestro. Those are two similar builds, not gonna lie, very, very similar, but it's just distinct differences that make it slightly different. So yeah, that's going to be the best build at the shooting guard position. Alright, next is going to be the best build at the small forward position. Now for the best build at the small forward position, I want to make this known. It's not going to have too many badges, but it's actually going to be pretty decently badge spreaded. Let me just say that right now. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can make small forwards, but I feel like you cannot go below 10 shooting badges on this build. Now, the way that I make this, I tried to make sure it had a mixture of badges and attributes. The main thing in this game that's important in my opinion is attributes. So I tried to go for the best attributes possible. Now, this build so far is going to be the best build that I've shown so far, in my opinion. Now, for the height, weight, and wingspan, you're actually going to go 6'7". Now, the point guard, shooting guard was 6'8". Those were taller builds. But this one is 6'7". Weight is 180. Then the wingspan, we didn't go max this time. We went 6'11". Now, for the finishing, you're going to really notice you're not going to have a 95 driving dunk. The 94 is just as good. When it comes to the shooting, we actually going to have a 93 pointer at 99. You're going to have a 94. That's going to be able to unlock deep threes. Just a note. I'm just letting you know that right now. You also can actually have circus threes because this build is not a power forward. Then when it comes to the playmaking, you're going to have 12 badge upgrades. So for the finishing, you have 11 badge upgrades. Shooting, you're going to have 10 badge upgrades. And then for defensive, you're going to have 26 badge upgrades with literally no holes. Look at the steal. Look at the rebounding. No holes. If you're looking at the other builds, you had no rebounding. This build has rebounding, block, steal, perimeter defense, and interior defense. Speed, acceleration, and stamina all max. The only hits you're really taking is strength and vertical, when you're still going to be having these crazy block and drive and dunk ratings, so the vertical is not really even going to be that noticeable. So yeah, I feel like this build really is the closest to having no holes on this list so far. Then when it comes to the takeovers that we end up going with on this build, we end up going with spot of precision and enhanced jump shot contest. If you haven't noticed, when we rank these takeovers again, we're going to have a little bit different of an outlook. So just stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's going to be the best build, in my opinion, at the small forward position. All right, next for the best build at the power forward position, little spoiler note, I'm going to be honest with you. This is not the best build at the power forward position, but this is definitely top 5. Now, what I will say about that, I have a video coming later in HITMAS that's going to go over the most overpowered builds in the game, the 3 most overpowered builds. That's going to have my build, the best version of my build. It's going to have 2 other versions on that joint that are just out of this world. So if you guys want that right now, spam the like button. I'm telling you right now, I found some demis. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, this powerful position is actually a lot of builds that you can find in this joint. So just stay tuned for that. But yeah, for this build, it actually is not bad at all. So don't get that twisted. It's actually still a very good build. It's very similar to the way I made my build, but this is the version that will have a steal rating. So if I remade my build, this is kind of the way I would remake it. You know what I'm saying? I don't need 20 playmaking badges. 15 I'll do just fine with. You know what I'm saying? As long as I can be able to get the 3 badges that are very, very necessary and can get ankle breaker, that's all I really need. So I really only need 15. So I've really just made me be able to have now more finishing and more defensive, which is very overpowered for the way I'm going to be playing with this build. So this is going to be pretty much like the updated version of my build when I'm going to post a video on this and y'all will get the detail. But the way that you're going to make it is going to be a power forward, 6'7", 211 pounds, and 6'11" on the wingspan. Now, the reason you want to do all that is because you're going to end up with a 94 driving dunk, a 94 driving layup. That's going to be all the way up to a 98 at 99. Standing dunk gonna be at a 75. Post control is gonna be at an 84. So I can go into the post and dominate at 99. Then when it comes to shooting, you're gonna have a 94 three-pointer at 99, a 99 mid-range at 99. Like, come on now, bro. You're gonna be able to get all the badges. Then, like I said, we're gonna have an 88 and an 88 for ball handle and speed with ball. You know what I'm saying? We don't need more than 15 playmaking badge grades. But then when it comes to the defense, the biggest difference is going to be that steal rating. On my main build that I have right now, I don't have a steal. And steals is the best way to get stops. Now, do I get stops with my build? Yes. But I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to be able to get stops at the highest rate. Because at this point on this build, I'll be able to have pickpocket and interceptor on this build. And that's actually very important to have in this game. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. Now, you can get steals without a steal rating. I've went over that when I went over my build at the beginning of the year, but steal is literally the best way. And when you put on these badges, it actually makes you stop getting fouls for reaching in, which is why that pickpocket badge is so overpowered. Because even if I just didn't upgrade my steal and I had pickpocket on, you can't do that. And that's the lower your steal is, the more fouls you're gonna actually commit. That's just the way it works. Same thing with block. The lower your block is, the more fouls you're gonna commit. It's pretty much the same thing. Then when it comes to physicals, speed, acceleration, and stamina. Now, the one big difference between my build and this build is the physicals, the driving dunk, and the steal. This build has a way higher steal and not driving dunk, the standing dunk. It has a way higher standing dunk and steal. This build doesn't really have the highest physicals. It's just that simple. That's pretty much the difference. I pretty much maxed out all my physicals on my build. That's pretty much the biggest difference. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much the build. 18 finishing, 18 shooting, 15 playmaking, and 19 defensive. Then when it comes to the takeover choices, I ended up going with spotted precision and enhanced jump shot contest. And then the build comes out as a scoring machine. So yeah, man, that's going to be the best build at the power forward position, arguably. Now I'm gonna post 3 different builds that's very, 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 very overpowered in the game. But as of right now, I could debate this is the best build in the game. And last but not least is going to be the best build at the center position. So the best build at the center position, you're going to actually end up with 20 finishing, 6 shooting, 6 playmaking, and 25 defensive rebounding badges. Now, one thing of note, when you hit 99 on this build, you're actually going to be able to have Hall of Fame quick first step. So that's very overpowered off the rip. Off the rip, that's very overpowered. You're going to be able to shoot on this build because you're going to have an 82 three-pointer at 99. That's very overpowered. And then when you look at the finishing, you're going to have all the finishing that you really need on the center, especially for this game when it comes to, you're not really going to be going into the post that much. You're really going to be catching lobs and just going for dunks. Pretty much what you need. Then when you look at the physicals, you see everything on the physicals is max. This is the only build that has that on this list. The rebounding is good. The only thing that you pretty much took a hit on offensive rebound just so you can be able to have that max steal rating. And yeah, man, I feel like you don't really need badges to shoot in this game, especially for what this build is going to be doing. This build is pretty much going to be spotting up, and off those passes, you can drive, you can speed boost because you can get Hall of Fame quick first step at 99, and you have 25 defensive badges because this build can really play good defense and it has good physicals. Then when it comes to the takeover for this build, I ended up going with spotted precision and paint intimidation. I'm pretty sure that's what I ended up going with. And then you could go with finishing moves. Finishing moves is not bad. The only reason I stopped going finishing moves is because contact dunks are so easy in this game. You don't really need to go with the takeover, in my opinion, in my experience. Now, for other people that's not as experienced as me, go with finishing moves. It's the most overpowered one by far. But for me personally, I'm gonna get contact dunks no matter what. So I don't really feel like I need to do that. And then the build comes out as an interior force, similar to shades of Clint Capella, Ben Wallace, and Andre Drummond. Now, the one person I low-key wanted was my Bam. Well, I'm cool with that. But yeah, man, that's going to be the end of this video. That's going to be the best build at every position after patch on next gen NBA 2K21. I updated y'all from the first time I did it in the beginning of the year. We ended 2K21 current gen with this joint, so it's only right. But yeah, man, go ahead, leave a like on this video if you enjoy it. It really does help and make it go out to a lot more people, and it shows the most support you possibly can if you already subscribed. If you ain't even subscribe if you're new. We on this road to 100K, so I really would appreciate it. But yeah, man, turn on post notifications for the first to every single one of the videos. Share this video to anybody you think this would help. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man. And no out there, man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
Head in the clouds, walk through the city, they taking you out. Bitches be talking, they running their mouth. A bag in the back and a stick in the couch. You know what it's about. Had to cope with all the pain, so I'm about to die. Man, they say he going too fast.